Welcome back to the soccer universe. Very hectic set of days. How are you guys? I just want to say I'm recording at 12:20 EST. Fran is at 2 p.m. or 2 a.m.
1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Oh my God. It's fine, okay? Here's the thing, guys. I have recorded at 3 a.m. as well. So it's okay.
Yeah,
That's true. That's
all credit to Yashish. He's been doing this consistently.
Yes. But it's fine. I'm gonna be in New York like tomorrow. So from now on, no timing schedule problems. It's just I had a bad throat last night. Otherwise, I would have
Wait,
recorded.
when are you getting to New York?
So my flight's in 12 hours. So I should be there at 12th morning. So 12th Thursday morning for like in Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
really excited. I'm really excited. I can't wait. It's been a lot. It's been. I mean, let's get back to football first.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy couple weeks. Okay, the Premier League record fee got broken twice, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Then Messi is leaving Barcelona. PSG have signed both the Real Madrid and the Barcelona captain in the same window. What? That's actually crazy. I don't know what to say, bro. PSG signs the arguably the player of the tournament in the Euros. They signed the Netherlands captain. They signed 4-time Champions League winner, 6-time Ballon d'Or winner. They signed one of the best right backs in the world. What? They lose to Lille and they do this? Oh my God. I just don't know what to say. This is
I just
crazy.
want to point out two things. One, so the last time PSG lost the league, they signed Neymar and Mbappe. And the time before that, they signed Ibrahimovic, Thiago Silva, etc. So
Jeez.
I don't know. I want to just fun fact I found hilarious. Also, how many Champions Leagues are there between this like entire roster at this point? Because Sergio has what, five?
Five.
Messi has four, nine, Di Maria, 10, Neymar, 11.
Jesus.
And Wijnaldum as well, 12.
Keylor Navas, 15. 14, because Casillas.
Oh my God, that's actually what. But I feel like if City or PSG, neither one of those win a title this season, it has to be. But I feel like it's written in the stars that like neither of them. I think like it has to happen now. Like I genuinely feel like one of them. I mean, one of them has to lose the title, right? But which one do you
Oh,
think is more likely to?
Man City could potentially, right? There's no way PSG loses the title.
Not with
Yeah, no,
this.
Man City, like
Even
Jack Grealish and Raheem Sterling are one thing compared to Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe.
even even uh even if Neymar wants to go and visit his sister for her birthday for a month, like they're still
That's
chill. They
It
have a
doesn't
better.
matter. It does not matter at all.
Oh my God! But it's not fair. This is really not fair. I genuinely thought United was building something here, and then the PSG goes and does this. Like, what just happened? I just dropped my. Okay, never mind. But yeah,
I
like.
mean, are United really concerned about competing with PSG in any capacity at this point?
no.
At
Yes.
any point, oh,
No.
you're going to be that
If
deep in
you
the
would,
tournament. You'll be so far in the tournament that like you'll compete with PSG.
Yes, we're reaching the finals and winning it. Let's go, lads.
The Marcus Rashford Neymar final.
oh yeah. I
I
feel like
mean,
we have a better chance of winning the Europa League final this year, but not the Champions League. Let's not get ahead
Well,
of ourselves.
look, at least you have a chance of winning the Europa League final. So
There we
at
go.
least we have a chance to be in Europe.
yeah, at least you got that.
No, I mean, regardless though, let's go league by league. I think Ligue 1 is finished. I mean, Leon had one good player, Memphis Depay. Even he's gone. So
Yeah,
who's left? What's left? There's nothing. Like
it's
it.
just Massimo are carrying all of League One.
Yeah, exactly. La Liga, I think we really need to talk about La Liga. Like we talked about Messi leaving, but the circumstances behind the departure of one of the greatest players of all time, it's actually very like if you see, did you all read the thing like the thing that not Bartomeu, sorry, Laporta put forward that the reason like basically blamed La Liga for not being able to sign Messi, right? He said we would have
Yeah.
signed Messi, but we can't because of La Liga. Correct?
Yeah.
Do you think there's like this political battle going on between like Madrid and Barca versus the La Liga?
I mean, isn't the Madrid board of directors filing like a class action lawsuit right now? I think I saw that like they had an official statement. They're filing a lawsuit against the entire league, pretty much, or not the entire league, just Javier Tebas, etc.
Because
Yeah, I don't
of
know.
so the
This
CV,
is,
the CVC, not takeover, the CVC merger, I guess that happened, right, with the bank, and that was supposed to like bring in a lot more funds for the top, like for the clubs, and but Madrid rejected it because Fiorentino Perez is still adamant on the Super League idea, right? And if he
yeah,
takes money from CVC, then JP Morgan will back out of the deal regarding the Super League because CVC is a competitive bank, right? Competing bank. So he basically rejected the money from CVC, Madrid, and because of that, even Barca had to reject the money from CVC, which is one of the reasons why Barca was not able to sign Messi. Other than their 500 or 1 billion debt, I don't know, 15 billion, something like that. I don't know. But it's actually like crazy that you see PSG following no rules whatsoever with financial fair play, and then you see this like it's they can't they still can't Barcelona still can't register Sergio Aguero, Memphis Depay, Eric Garcia, or any of their new signings. They still can't register them. It's because they still have to, even after letting go of Messi, they still have to like let go of a lot of wage bill. And this is a sinking ship if I've ever seen one. It's a sinking ship if I've ever seen one. It, what happens? Like, what do you think? La Liga is just dead now? Like, what do you think happens? What do you all?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I mean, I'm thinking, right? If Barcelona and Madrid are in this position where like the financial structure is screwing them over this much, their only move is now to push for a Super League at this point. And so, I mean, Tebas is trying to reward the investors in this situation, which I think keeping a stricter financial structure on your league isn't necessarily a bad thing if it's to benefit lower league teams. But this is only in the interest of like the La Liga board. So I don't know. I think like I don't see the proper conclusion to this anytime soon.
What's the leverage though that Madrid and Barcelona have now to form a Super League though? Because like if they had Messi, that's a big thing, right? They had Messi
Yeah.
and Ronaldo, regardless. Messi, props to him. He went to the only team that could afford him that is not in the Super League. Like, well done. And it basically destroyed the whole idea, right?
Yeah. I mean, Messi's gone. Ronaldo's in Juventus. Juventus has been, I guess, they have been still pushing for this, right?
Yeah,
I'm
I
actually not
think
entirely
the
sure.
only three clubs that have been pushed, like still add, like not have they haven't backed out yet are Juventus, Barca, and Real. So yeah, and can
So
I just say I saw the preseason friendly between Barcelona and Juventus. Juventus is terrible.
Yeah.
Juventus is terrible. I don't know if they'll. I think they might lose the title again. They'll probably lose the league again. And I don't see if they don't improve quickly. I don't see them going very far in the Champions League either. It's actually crazy how poor they were in that day. Like they lost 3-0 against a Barcelona team that, let's be honest, isn't great either. Like. And I mean, again, it's a preseason friendly, right? And you never really judge a team
yeah,
based on, but you see like you see what's happening there, and I don't see anything happening there. Like if I see, let's say, Arsenal versus Spurs, I saw that game, and I could see
yeah,
that Arsenal has improved. Arsenal, the team, you can see they have improved as a team, and I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal ends up finishing top six this season. Like I feel like all they're lacking right now is a lot of things, right? But
a lot of
but
things.
they are improving. Like I can see positive signs there, whereas with
Yeah,
Juventus it was going downhill. That's it. Like even Spurs was against Arsenal was terrible. Even the other pre-season friendly games, I just not convinced with Spurs. I feel like Spurs is like, I like Nuno Espirito Santos, but I still think he's a mid-table manager. I don't think
yeah.
he's a top six manager. I just don't feel like it. So um I mean, yeah, I feel like Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid, they are not even the top 5 clubs in the world right now. So if you see it based on like potential to win, if that makes sense. So
It's really frustrating to see the last kind of, I guess, somewhat fan-owned clubs in the world being kind of like put in the situation.
But it is down to the like nothing like Barcelona, Madrid, even Juventus. I don't need actually. I don't know what happened to Juventus. But why? What happened to Juventus? What do you all think? Like, what is the mistake? Like, because see, Barcelona was Bartomeu. Madrid was poor investments, right? They couldn't replace Ronaldo. What happened to Juventus?
I mean, they really stretched themselves thin with signing Ronaldo. I think whoever's representing Juventus in the situation, whoever's representing Ronaldo, who was it? I think, was it Mino Raiola or Jorge Mendes? One of those two.
Mendes.
One took a massive pay cut from this deal. Same reason De Ligt went to Juventus, right? And I think that Juventus just pretty much conned them into the situation where their wage structures has been kind of screwed and they had no capacity for this. Yet they convinced I guess Ronaldo and like the fans that this is a very stable move for him.
Well, but I don't even feel like, because I don't think they have a bad team, right? I feel like they just made 2 bad or 3 bad managerial decisions in a row. Ronaldo came in to play for Allegri. That doesn't work, right? Different styles. They sack him to bring in Sarri. That wasn't going to work. They sack Sarri, they bring in Pirlo. What the hell are you guys doing, right? Because then you're bringing in new talent every season that fits a different playing style. And Pirlo's playing style isn't Allegri's, and now he's back for round 2 with Ronaldo that I don't understand again. But like, I don't know. I don't even think, the sad part is that the Italian league is getting worse again, right? Because Inter has all this debt. Lukaku might leave.
He is leaving. He's abandoned.
He's gone, yeah.
So like, it's so sad. We had a resurgence for a year, but now it's gone.
Even Lautaro is apparently very close to leaving. He's agreed personal terms with Arsenal and either Arsenal or Spurs, one of them.
With Arsenal? Really?
He's agreed personal terms. At least he's been given offers for personal terms by Arsenal or Spurs, one of them. Both of them are trying to get Lautaro, apparently.
If he goes to Arsenal, that would be so cool.
But here's what I'm thinking though, right? How much power do Premier League clubs have?
Yeah.
Like if you see Aston Villa getting Leon Bailey is huge. It's genuinely huge because Leon Bailey was at one point, like let's say 3 years ago, Leon Bailey was one of the like most sought after left wingers in the world, right? His dribbling ability was like people are rating him to be the next because he was in Bundesliga, so people are like, oh, he could be the replacement for either Frank Ribery or Robin, right? And if Aston Villa have managed to get a player of that level while being a mid-table club in the Premier League, wow. I don't know what to say. Yeah, money talks. The Premier League is becoming too powerful. It's crazy. Like soon it'll be like Premier League and like then top 4 leagues. It won't be the top 5 leagues anymore. I genuinely feel like that. Like, because let's say Haaland also. So what then? What's left? Just
England versus Qatar at this point.
Oh my god.
So Archie, you look kind of disappointed after you looked up the Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, okay. I saw nothing about that rumor, just saying.
Okay.
But
I saw it. Wait, let me see. Was it Spurs or Arsenal? I mean, it's one of the ways.
There's no way. We're not there. We don't have that kind of money. Yeah, of all the Premier League teams that are always like, having these spending boosts, signing crazy players.
Oh, no, sorry.
Why are we not one of them?
It was Tottenham. My bad. So Lautaro Martinez, Tottenham willing to pay £60 million for Inter Milan and Argentine striker.
60 million? That's it? That's pretty cheap.
Yeah. Has already said that he will bring to...
No, apparently Arsenal are apparently ready to triple that wage.
Wow.
Whatever Tottenham's paying for him. But no way. We're not... That has to just be some kind of like rumor. Arsenal are yet to make Inter a formal offer. No way.
But do y'all really need a striker? Like, do y'all really need a striker? Does Arsenal need a striker?
No, we don't. We really don't. Aubameyang. Aubameyang is still very useful at the situation. At this point, like I know he had a bad season last year, but it's not our biggest thing. I think I don't know. I don't know what we need. I want to say midfield, but I feel like we've made a lot of signings there.
Yeah, I think. Wait, who already signed in midfield?
We got some. What was it? Someone named like some Kunde. Forgot his name. I forgot his actual
Yeah, I know,
like
I
first
know. I
name.
saw him. I saw him play. He has like
No, but in the
he's
past
got
couple years,
long
it's
legs.
been
Like
in
he's
the past
very
couple years,
good.
been Odegaard, Danny Ceballos. Like I feel like we've added a Thomas Partey. I feel like we've added a lot to our midfield. We signed all the wrong players, but we've been adding a lot and trying to like allocating a lot to our midfield at this point. And we have
Wait,
Emil Smith Rowe coming in. We have Bukayo Saka. I'm not too actively concerned about the midfield.
wait. Odegaard is coming for sure.
I think they still have to discuss his like renewal.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because if
Yeah,
Odegaard comes, then I'm not gonna back out my statement. I think Arsenal could really surprise us. I would say, like, because I feel like we are expecting them to fail every season now, right? But
yeah.
by the end of last
So
season,
am
they
I.
had started picking up a little pace, right?
Yeah, but Arsenal often does that where they just are super inconsistent. Then they'll have some nice stretches of games. It's how they keep the fans reeled in. To be honest,
What's a realistic expectation for Arsenal this season?
top six is realistic because Man City, Chelsea, Man U. Man U is a top four team. Man City, Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool. That's gonna be tough to beat. Past that, what's the competition, right? Leicester, West Ham, um, Tottenham. Yeah. So at that point, Arsenal can kind of sneak into that spot. They're not as good as the top four. I think it's very, very distinct, but I think this is their year to prove that they're still a big club. And if they can make the top six, that'd be like at least respectable. At least be back in Europe, right? Have some like increase your transfer budget.
I
Yeah,
can see top six happening. I do think it's gonna be hard though.
Yeah.
And if Arteta doesn't start off well, he's probably getting sacked, right?
But I don't know if, okay, yes, we should probably fire him at some point if he's underperforming, but I feel like another managerial change is just not the smartest thing, right?
Yeah.
What will it do for us?
You
plus
can
who do you
have
bring in? Who do you bring
What?
in?
Yeah, who do we bring in? Who's coming? I think we just
Pirlo.
need to give. Sorry,
Pirlo.
Zidane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's really no game plan there. I think if you're gonna sack him now. Bring in a proper replacement. Give them time to like dictate the offseason, even though it's pretty much like over at this point. I don't know. You can't just fire him now, right when they're like about to gear up for the season, or
Yeah.
like you fire him mid-season and then what? End up just like sinking further down the table. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like if you sack someone, I really don't like the idea of like unless it's he's doing like managing terribly. I'm just not a big fan of sacking someone mid-season because the thing is, you don't like even if the new manager comes in, like what's gonna change, Like sure, if sometimes you get those like sudden sparks of like there's like how Oli had that thing when Mourinho got sacked. He went like some 11 games unbeaten. I mean that
Yeah,
happens, but it doesn't say anything. It doesn't do anything. Like the club, I don't know. Like I'm just not a big fan of mid-season sacking. Like sack them
I
in,
agree.
give them a good preseason, and then see how they are. Um, and
Yeah, if you're gonna sack them in like June, July, right? Don't do it
yeah,
mid-August at this point.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Wait, so like, who do you think is gonna get sacked? Like, I mean, Premier League is probably a better forte of knowledge, but out of the Premier League clubs, at least the top ones, who do you think like gets sacked first?
Place bets. Um, okay, so obviously not Chelsea, Liverpool, or Man City. Out of the way. Tottenham is in the race for that, but I don't think the sack him so early.
Yeah, they won't. They won't. They've never been that type.
Yeah. Let me think.
I don't think Ole gets sacked, right?
Yeah,
They
I don't
seem to be backing him.
It's only if like severely underperforms, but I think if he maintains this like upward track, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
He's been doing the right things as of late.
I think it's probably one of the lower clubs, but I wouldn't be surprised if Patrick Vieira gets sacked from Crystal Palace.
Oh yeah.
Patrick Vieira doesn't have a very good record when it comes to like management because he doesn't have his own like style yet. You know how like Allegri, we know what his style is. We know Mourinho, we know Pep. We know every manager has. Vieira is still finding what his style is. Like, he doesn't know that, and that is not good for a club. Like he can't experiment with a club that's gonna probably be battling relegation, right? You can't really be experimenting much there. You need to be sure about what you want to do, because, and I think that might result in Patrick Vieira's sacking because I don't even think he's a good manager from what I've seen at least or what I've heard and read. And plus, I feel like Watford just likes sacking. I've realized one thing: they just love sacking people. Like what I think they were the first one to sack when Watford's last season in the Premier League, right? They sacked like 3 managers, I think, that season.
Oh.
Or 2 managers. They had 3 managers, either they sacked 3 managers. But regardless, neither is good. So I wouldn't be surprised if Watford just go ahead because I think they're getting relegated. I just don't see this Watford team doing anything. It's worse than the Watford team that went down last time. So, I mean, so is Norwich. Even Norwich is worse than the one that went down last time. So I think both of them are getting knocked back down. It's Brentford is probably the only good like team that's come up. And I think Brentford's going to beat Arsenal on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be shocked. At this point, we lost to, I don't even know, Hibernian? Something in Scotland? And we lost to Tottenham, which is some lower league team. I don't really know. So, I don't know. Like, we're not on the right we're not headed on the best track, but it's preseason. Who knows?
Yeah, preseason. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll
see what happens.
How's Sao Paulo doing? How's the... I saw this quote about Matt Damon recently. You answer my question, then I'll tell you.
I saw it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we drew tonight. We were playing Palmeiras in the quarterfinals of the Libertadores, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. First leg, that's okay. The thing is, we have, I think, 8 players in the medical department, and we've had 8 players in the medical department for like 4 months now.
Oh, wow.
So every time someone gets back, someone gets injured. And we can't play our starting 11. We haven't played our starting 11 for 3 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, so not great, but like we're figuring it out. It's okay.
Yeah, that's pain. Injuries really... I'm going to miss watching Rashford. Injuries... Oh, by the way, Sergio Aguero wants to leave Barcelona, apparently.
Right.
Yeah, understandably, right?
Yeah. But he got injured anyway, so he's not going to play. He'll probably just get paid to sit on the hospital bed.
You ever have like a friend invite you to like some get together or party or something, and then you get there and you can't find them, or like they're like, "Oh, I'm somewhere else now. Can you come here?"
Yeah.
That's exactly what Sergio Aguero has to be feeling.
100%. No, 100%. I feel bad. I don't know.
He might as well just... PSG can probably write one more contract. He can't be that expensive at this point.
Yeah, he'll probably come for like $10. I don't know.
Yeah, right. He doesn't care. He's got enough money,
and he knows he's going to be injured half the time. So,
no, I think he knows. I think a soccer player, I know like they prioritize their finances first and foremost, right? Because any new contract, it's like, oh, now I have a new yacht, I have a new house, whatever, right? Like it's all just property, it's all just assets to them. So I get why they would prioritize that. However, I think at this point he's done more than enough. He might as well just win a Champions League. If I was him, I'd honestly sign for like just like a minimum wage just contract.
Yeah.
I really would. Just live off endorsement deals alone anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, go to the Eiffel Tower every day.
At a certain point, your personal happiness has to come into the picture.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Let me ask you guys a question. Yashish mentioned at the start that the Premier League record signing, whatever, the amount got broken twice, right?
Yeah.
Jack Grealish, Jadon Sancho. Who's going to do better this season?
Okay, this season I'm going to give it to... Well, okay, I think Jadon Sancho might have better stats, possibly. I just think that's the kind of player he is. But I think Jack Grealish will look like the more useful player, the more necessary player.
I disagree. I think Jadon Sancho is gonna have. I think because he's improving the position that he's going to be playing. So the right wing, he's going to be improving that so much that no one's ever really seen a right winger play in the right wing for Manchester United in like the last 5 years, right? A good right winger. Like sure, Mata played, but he's old, right? So
Yeah.
I think the purely the fact, and I like you said, I think his stats are surely going to be better because he's just that kind of player. I feel like when it comes to like creating chances, if you think about it, last season most of the chances came from either Luke Shaw for some reason or Bruno, right? The thing is, one thing we've forgotten is that Bruno's primary skill was never playmaking. His primary skill was always goal scoring, right? He used to make those late run in the boxes that like Frank Lampard was known for, right? And he used to score a lot of goals and he scores a lot of penalties. Jadon Sancho is a playmaker and he can win a lot of penalties.
Yeah.
So I think Jadon Sancho is gonna improve the players around him a lot more because now we don't know, like the players like earlier Greenwood used to like tuck into his inside forward. He was never a winger when he played on right wing, so he used to again be a goal scoring threat. So Bruno and maybe Fred McTominay or maybe once in a while Pogba whenever he decided to turn up. They used to. I feel like now because Jadon is adding that additional threat from as an actual winger, I feel like Grealish. There are players like Grealish at City already. I think Grealish is not going to be that. Another question is like how many minutes compared to Sancho is Grealish going to get, right? I think that's one thing because I'm not saying Grealish is not a better player. I feel like at this point in time, Grealish is the better player than Sancho. I just think Grealish is also in a team that can field two different starting 11s and still win the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
I think it's that's purely the reason why I think Sancho also wins the Young Player of the Season award. I think he has the ability for it. I think he probably can because he will be a main like starter, right? I don't see him getting dropped. I don't see him or Bruno get. I think him, Bruno, Maguire. I think a full backline, a back four. Maybe Wan Bissaka if he has a like bad spell. I can see Dallo coming in, but I think I feel like Sancho is going to be a huge part, and I feel like he's not one of those guys that we are also overestimating. Right? I don't think we're exaggerating his ability or anything. Like I remember,
Yeah.
like Memphis was still exaggerated. Like I'm not saying he was not a good player, but he came into the Premier League when he still wasn't ready. I think Sancho is. I think Sancho really is ready for the highest level.
See, I agree with you. I'm a little scared though, because like Pep has never spent this much money on a player. So what does he see in Jack Grealish that made him want to spend that much money on him? 140 million? Dude, that's insane. That's almost like
Yeah.
Neymar money, right?
You say he can field a different starting 11, which is true, but I think Pep for sure sees a specific ability with Jack Grealish. Not a specific ability, but I don't know, a specific trait that he thinks is the edge to win the Champions League.
True.
And he's going to be an obviously instant starter, right? He's going to be a pretty primary focus of their team. You can't just, even though you're Man City, you still don't. Yeah, even if it's Man City, you don't pay 140 mil. They know if they're signing a, just an addition, they can spend significantly lower. I don't know. I think Jack Grealish will be better this year. I think Pep has just like, I think whatever plans he has for him will. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Jack Grealish is also versatile as hell. Like he can play the 8, he can play the 10, he can play both wings, and he can play false 9. And that's something Pep loves, right? A versatile player. So that's another thing that he is better than. Sancho can only play wing, right? He can't play anything.
Not to imply that Aston Villa isn't like a good team. They're a great roster, and they have an offense that does definitely emphasize Jack Grealish's ability. At the same time, though, we have never seen him with a elite supporting cast, let alone a supporting cast like this.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Jack Grealish, both of them, but the Premier League record fee, it's going to get broken again by a certain man that Fran loves, Romelu Lukaku, right?
Yeah.
115 million pounds. I think that's like what, $150 million? I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy. But okay, now if you put Lukaku into this picture, compare him to the two other signings. Which signing is gonna, go ahead? Who do you think? Do you think Lukaku is gonna have a better season than both of them?
Yeah. Dude, Chelsea had everything besides a capable attacker, right?
Yeah.
Because Werner,
Yeah.
well, we spoke
They had
about it.
Warner like in front of the net.
Right. Dude, Lukaku is gonna play on that team. Can you imagine this?
And those players are all only getting better. Tuchel now has like even more time to adjust to them. I don't know. I will say this, right? Maybe not the most I don't know how to put it, most MVP signing kind of thing of the situation, but Lukaku is definitely winning the Golden Boot, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Unless,
he's just a shoe in.
yeah, unless Kane ends up on Man City for some odd reason.
If that happens, then yeah, the game is dead.
To be honest, no, but I feel like I've seen no news like in the last week since Kane not turning up to the training ground. I've seen no news that's like showing progress on the transfer front of this guy. So I don't think
Why
Kane is
can't
going, to be honest. So.
why does he have to leave to Man City? Is there not another team he can try to angle and move to?
Well, Man United can't swing it, right? We don't have the
No.
money.
You don't have the money.
Chelsea's gonna spend it on Lukaku. PSG aren't gonna buy Kane too, right? I hope.
Plus, I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
Kane is actually quite a risky investment. Like if you're comparing him to someone like Haaland or Lukaku, right? Sure, Kane probably has a more all-round ability, fair enough. But he's also like more injury prone, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Haaland is a machine. The man never gets injured. Apparently, Haaland was Chelsea's first choice, but Dortmund just weren't willing to sell him because they sold Sancho. They won't sell both their star players in the same like window. So Lukaku is a tank. That man's I just he people around him get injured when they try to injure him. So it just I feel like it's just so much like because you are 100% guaranteed to get your value. Bro, Haaland scored a hat trick in his first game. Oh my god, my dad's screaming at someone. Lukaku got Haaland got a hat trick on his first like game back in the preseason. Like what yeah, I just don't. I think Haaland United need to go for Haaland next transfer window.
Jesus.
I really hope so. Because
I would
yeah,
I would hate to come onto this podcast if that happened. I'd just be done, I think. Oh my god, I could not hear it.
okay, let's do some predictions. We're terrible at predictions, but you know what? Who cares?
If you guys can remember, what if we landed correctly?
I think one of y'all once said 2-1 for some game and we landed that correctly in one of the Champions League things. I think Archit wasn't you or Fran was you.
I feel like Archit actually has a lot of games that he
Landed
done right.
well. Yeah, he's done well.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
so.
you've done you've done quite well with quite a
Admittedly, there's a lot of games where I'll be like, yeah, 1-1.
What happened?
My brother just knocked on the door and he came in and he was in his towel because he just took a shower.
Oh my god! I just like looked to the back as well. Just out of nowhere. No,
Oh my god.
so for predictions, let's just
Okay, let's predict. Let's go easy. Ligue 1, who's winning? I think
Marseille.
Leon has a chance of coming third, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they get like 30 points less than PSG.
I'm gonna write these down because I want to see how these
Yeah.
eventually pan out.
Oh, you know what we should do? Let's do like a 1v1 FPL. Do you all do FPL? Or is it too much work?
Oh, I do have. And Yashish, you know I do.
Oh yeah, you do. I think I'm on the team as well because I think you automatically get added to the Spectrum League thing. What? Hello?
Yeah.
What?
What were you
Fran,
saying?
do you do FPL?
What?
Fantasy Premier League.
Oh no, I don't. Should I?
I mean, it's
like
fun.
it, I think.
Wait, I'll show you my team. Let me open my team. Give me a second. Keep predictions on. Keep predictions. Let me open my team. And
I'm finding mine too. But first, League On, obviously, we got it.
Yeah. La Liga would be
Serie A.
interesting though. I think La Liga is a very interesting thing to call. For me, it depends on whether Barcelona can register the news. It depends on whether Barcelona can register Memphis. I think if Memphis is like finalized to join and the rest of the team is the same, I do think Barcelona has the edge.
I
But
really do hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to give the edge to Atletico.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think Real is third. I think right as things stand, Real is third probably. Especially considering how they let go of Ramos and Varane in the same transfer window. That is some of the most stupid and they
Yeah,
haven't really made a good signing. What signings have they made?
absolutely nothing. It's only been losses this offseason for them.
Exactly, right? So and
Like
I mean
people have talked a lot about Barcelona's shortcomings this summer, understandably, but nothing has happened with Real Madrid.
exactly, right? I think something is better than nothing, and at least Barcelona did something this transfer, But I think like Atletico might get another one, right? This again depends on whether or not Saul stays. So if Saul doesn't stay, the midfield really gets much weaker.
Mm.
But I think La Liga would be a very interesting but low quality title race. It
Oh, yeah.
won't. It'll be a
Yeah.
very low quality title race.
I want to say Sociedad has a shot just to make a run at least.
Make a
I
run.
think they
Yeah,
have a
100%.
talented. I think they have a talented roster.
100%. 100%. I think they can make a run, but I don't see them winning it though. Like I think
They can. I think this is their year to try.
yeah, I think this is a
So
year
I
for
don't.
any like top Sevilla or Sociedad or Athletic, any of the top like a bigger than rest club in Spanish league. This is their season. They have to try to win it in this season because after this
So
season,
I decided.
yeah.
Yeah, I decided to take a look at Real Madrid's transfer, like just history this summer. So obviously managerial change. Zidane to Ancelotti. Braun's gone. Ramos and Brahim Diaz are gone. Great. For rivals, we have David Alaba,
Oh, yeah.
Takefusa Kubo, who's just a young wonder kid kind of
He
type.
just came back. Right? He was already part of.
Yeah, but I think he might still be. They might just put him back on loan, let him develop.
Yeah.
From there, Martin Odegaard, I think they're still open to selling him or like letting Arsenal like make a move to try to retain him. Jesus Vallejo came back, but they're again going to loan him again. Ceballos they're trying to sell, even though he came back from loan. So the only person who was coming to Real Madrid, the only technical acquisition
David Alaba.
is the man himself. Yeah, so Madrid's only. I also think of the jump cut from there to me just coming down like this is hilarious. But Madrid's only acquisition technically is Gareth Bale this summer and David Alaba.
Oh, yeah.
So Madrid is stuck in 2014 is what I'm understanding. And so is Barcelona. They have Depay, Aguero.
David Alaba.
Gareth Bale.
Bale. I was going to say Gale. I was going to say Gale. Never mind. Gareth Bale. Oh shit! It makes sense. Never mind. Oh my god. But yeah, I think Madrid is just sad. I think they're really hoping that Eden Hazard doesn't get injured and comes home not fat. Like I think, like
you can't rely on that.
Yeah.
Their two like most talented wingers are made of glass at this point.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, Marco Asensio, Gareth Bale, and then Eden Hazard.
Wow.
This team is Vinicius, Toni Kroos, and Karim Benzema, and Casemiro.
Bro,
Yeah.
Vinicius versus Ousmane Dembele. That's what the El Clasico has come down to.
Yeah. Or Benzema just
by the way,
versus
congratulations
youth squad.
On winning the Olympic gold, by the way. Congratulations.
Sorry?
Fran, congrats. Brazil won the Olympic gold.
Yay.
While we're at it, Olympic gold for basketball as always.
Listen, if y'all don't win the Olympic gold, it's sad. Like no one cares if y'all win the Olympic gold in basketball. Like y'all should be winning it.
I know.
Like,
here's the thing, even better though. If we're talking Olympics, Evan Fournier to the Knicks, aka the best female player of all time. So I'll take it. Yeah. And Kemba Walker too. But anyway, so back to where we were.
But India won a gold medal also, by the way.
Also, I want to say, shout out to Neeraj Chopra.
Neeraj Chopra. For 13 years, like first ever gold medal in track and field in 13 years. No, first ever gold medal ever. Okay, I don't know, man. Something
No,
like
there's no way we have 0 gold medals in Olympics history.
No. In track and field. So in track and field,
Oh, I thought.
we never
Oh, I
have
thought.
had a gold.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Damn.
have you seen the movie Bhag Milka Bhag?
I have. Phenomenal
Milka
movie.
Singh missed out by like 0.1%, 0.1 second. And PT Usha, do you know who PT Usha is?
I haven't. I don't.
She's basically female Milka Singh. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So we've come close, but never like won it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
The Bagmo Kabag, it makes me extremely sad when I watch that.
Yeah, it really does. But anyway,
But so
football. I mean, La Liga.
poor Kareem Benzema has put in work this summer or this season for sure.
Yeah. Okay, who do you think wins though? If you had to predict one, who do you go for?
Atletico.
Same.
I'd say Barca. For some reason, I feel like Barca is gonna something's gonna happen. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I really love Pedri as well. That kid has played more games in one season than Neymar has ever played for PSG. Now imagine it's crazy. He's played what 75 games this season.
Jesus.
75 games.
Yeah, no. He also what happened with the Barca practice squad is I think they recommended that he didn't. Not that he not play at the Euros, but I forgot what it was.
Olympics.
They had some just issue with him, like
Olympics as well.
Olympics. They were like, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that after the Euros as well. We need you healthy. And then he decided to play, and then he immediately checked back into training. He's like, just to make the statement that like, yeah, I'm ready to work again. Like, don't worry, I'm not missing any time off.
This has to be child labor. Like, come on.
No, honestly, Barca needs to stop them. They need to stop the man for his own good. They need to just sit him down, let him like cool off, ice his legs for a couple weeks.
Give him a month, like just tell him to relax. He's 18.
Yeah.
He's 18.
They have more than enough time to capitalize on his ability. They don't need him right now. They should really give him rest.
I just don't understand. It's crazy.
But yeah, he's nice, but
Atletico was stable. Yeah, I understand.
That's one thing that actually makes me happy about Barca. I really do like watching better.
Yeah.
So
okay,
La Liga settled. I want to say Juve, but like, dude,
no, I don't
it's
think
really tough.
The thing is, Allegri is a serial winner at the end, right? Like he finds ways to win. That's what Allegri is known for. So I wouldn't be surprised if Juve wins it, but just to be out of the box, AC Milan.
I don't
know, man.
As much this year.
They haven't really. See, they were very good last year, right? They haven't had any big people go other than Donnarumma, right?
But they didn't sign him.
I know, but they still have good players like Tonali. They have Bastoni. No, but Bastoni is Inter. They have Theo Hernandez. They have that Leo, something like that his name is. They have good players. They have Suso. They have Suso still there, right? Yeah.
Brahim Diaz is coming back to them.
Yeah. I think they have a. The thing is because the quality of these leagues is like not that great. Like Inter lost Lukaku, right? Inter lost Hakimi, correct? They lost two very important players.
Oh, the key thing with AC Milan, key thing with AC Milan, by the way, is they're losing Calhanoglu, which is a massive.
To Inter, right?
Yeah, massive hit to their team.
Where is he going?
Inter.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, not that it matters, but Laxalt's gone, who's been there for like 30 years.
Oh,
I know. Donnarumma's it's just I don't know. Donnarumma's gone, obviously. I don't know.
Okay, I'll change my prediction to Juve.
And like Juve has Bonucci and Chiellini are gonna be playing out of their minds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gearing up for the World Cup after winning the Euros. Chiesa is gonna be great. I don't think Ronaldo is gonna let up, especially now that like there's pressure on him to win. Allegri is good, man.
Ronaldo's doing P90X right now. Like this season's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah.
See, in that one game, the only thing like good about the entire game was Ronaldo to me. I think he looked in good shape, good form, good like touch. He seemed decent. Like, and jokes aside, I think Morata is still a very good striker. He is I mean, let's see. Look at the other strikers.
He's not. He shouldn't be a key
Who else?
factor in this argument, but he is a good player. You can't discount him.
Like, now that I think about it, like, there aren't many good strikers in Serie A left. Like,
there were like a year ago. There were so many, and they just like 1 year got snapped away.
It's crazy. And
they had a phenomenal striker like roster last year.
Out of the box pick. What about Jose Mourinho's Roma?
Nah, Dzeko is going. Edin Dzeko is leaving for Inter.
I think that's a manageable loss. I don't think that's. I don't know if I'll kill them. I wouldn't pick them because Jose Mourinho is going to have a very fucking hectic year. Very hectic year. So I don't know. I don't see them winning, but I think they'll definitely finish a lot higher than we expect.
Same.
I think
this is going to be a roller coaster year with that team, though. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't think so. I think it's Juventus. Now that I think about it.
It's too.
In Bundesliga, it's Bayern. Let's just move on.
Yep.
So and this is so annoying. Why are predictions so easy? This is not.
Doctor's gotten so predictable, man.
I just hope something like Leicester happens, man. Just like some random team beats PSG out against all odds. Like, I don't know.
The sport definitely needs like a reset, I feel like.
I mean, everyone loves Brest, right?
In fairness, like Marseille did get better, like a lot better.
No. I love Brest.
Brest?
The team, Brest.
Right. Okay.
right.
No, we're just dying because I like stopped for a second. I was like, huh? Like, all right, EPL, we gotta do better than this. We gotta do better than laughing at this issue. We're growing up. You're entering your 20s.
The Premier League.
EPL.
Liverpool, anyone? Liverpool.
Wait, can I say before instead of predicting one winner, I think we have a little more familiarity here. I say I'm gonna write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or like one set for each of us, and see who ends up being the most correct.
All right, that's good. I'll take that. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just gonna give me 2 seconds. I probably shouldn't do this on my notes app, but
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go for a wild prediction because you know what? Why not?
Sure.
I mean, go for it, man.
Norwich City win the title.
Newcastle second.
Southampton third. The men.
All right, Yashish.
Okay, all realistically, I think if I know City is the favorite, right? City, you predict City, but I don't want to. I want to predict Chelsea. If they are Lukaku, I'll predict Chelsea.
You know what? Fair enough.
Because it's prediction, right? So I'm predicting. If I had to bet on someone, I would bet on City. But if I'm predicting, I think I predict Chelsea.
Fran?
Because it's a risky prediction, right? It's not like the favorites. I think second would be City.
I'm thinking we go like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2.
Okay, yeah, fine. What do you think, Fran?
I want to say the same thing. If they have Lukaku, I think Chelsea wins. But if they have Lukaku, if not,
no, it's signed. It's done.
Yeah, because I think Fabrizio Romano said here we go. So yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's confirmed.
I'm gonna say Chelsea as well. Then.
All right, so okay, let me just write Arsenal and move on. Okay, so I'm just gonna say City, just to be a contrarian and also to be obviously right. Yeah. Somehow being a contrarian and being a very conformist at the same time. I'm gonna pick City.
This is how we always miss on our predictions, Yashish. We always want to say something from our hearts, and Archit just uses his head and.
Yeah, I don't even think I play it too safe. I just kind of take the givens,
Yeah, it's fine. You know what? We're different. We got
Fair enough.
Oh, by the way, Archit, yeah. I'm watching the Arsenal versus Brentford game. Troops, right?
Yeah, I do.
He's keeping a watch along on 35th Street at some bar. I'm gonna go for that. I mean, if you want
to
come
keeping a watch along.
Huh?
What do you mean, like keeping a watch along?
I mean, he's gonna be there watching, so he's invited. Like he's called, "Oh, come to the bar, guys." He's like, put it on his story. So I'm going.
Where is he?
He's in New York. So 35th Street.
No, like where? Like what day?
Friday, 1 p.m. The matches are 1 p.m. So I'm planning to go like on Friday at 12. I'll grab something to eat, sit over there alone, and then like.
We have a meeting at 1:30, but I also think I definitely have the ability to work around it. I'll definitely consider that because that sounds like good, like a very fun time.
I'll message you on Thursday. I'll use my US.
But yeah, let me know.
All right. Anyways,
so
second place. City. I mean, yeah, that'd be then.
City. Fran, can I pencil you in as a city?
Yeah.
And I'll say Chelsea, but honestly, I don't see Man U and Liverpool necessarily being out of the running here. Chelsea are a great team.
I think
Chelsea's a great team.
Is actually going to be very close. I think the top four is going to be very close.
I'm not going to go for the hot take thing here, but like Chelsea, they are a great team, but they won the Champions League, which is a knockout stage thing, right? They perform well in small moments. Do they have it in them to perform the entire season?
38 games. I don't think so. I think one of the problems with Chelsea, the reason why, if I were to bet, I wouldn't bet on Chelsea is because, I mean, I think I'm more likely to lose my money with Chelsea than with City, right? Because Chelsea, problem is that Chelsea last season also, the thing is this season difference is Lukaku, of course. But the thing is, they tend to lose those games that are easy to win. Like once or twice, not many. They won't lose everyone, but they lose like one or two of those games that are I feel like that probably could be the reason why they don't finish, like, you know, as high as people might expect, as the team on paper should. But I'm still gonna go with Chelsea. I don't want City to win.
So my thing is, I'm gonna say Chelsea, but I really have a strong argument in my head for why Man U could do this.
Yeah.
I mean, Man U did go unbeaten away from home last season, the entire season, which is not like easy. Like it's not I think that stat is very slept on. Like I think that was a huge achievement. We just need to translate home form. I think Old Trafford.
That shows that the foundation of this team is like set and in place, right? Like going unbeaten away shows that your team is like your setup is very much strong and working.
100%. But anyways, I think United finishes third. For me, United is third.
Me too. For two.
You know what?
2 words. Rafa Varane.
Yes,
dude.
Yes.
Man United signed Rafael Varane, dude. How did this?
The perfect center back to pair with Harry Maguire as well.
I completely agree because of Maguire's only problem. I genuinely feel like the only thing he's terrible at, right? It's his pace. He has no pace. He can't move quick. And Varane, one of his best abilities is his pace as a centre back. So I think, and his tackling ability, he can slide tackle. You know, he really can tackle as well as Aaron and Bissaka. Like if you see his like games where he's making those last tackles and stuff, I genuinely feel like he's okay, not as good as Aaron and Bissaka, but you get my point, right? I think he's brilliant. He's one of the best in his position.
I have a thought on that because yes, Aaron Bissaka right now is a better tackler than Rafael Varane. But for like 5 years, Varane was chasing down guys like Lewandowski.
Exactly.
Like guys, I don't know, like right in front of like the box and just cleans it right out. His athletic ability is something else.
I think when it comes to like improving the first team, I think Lukaku is like up there. He's the best signing that's improved the first team. But I think Varane is the second improvement. Like I think Varane improves this Manchester United team so much. He really does take us from like people who will kind of finish in the top 4 to people who will guaranteed finish in top 4 and could compete for the title, you know, not will, but could, you know.
No, it depends on what version of him we're getting. If he can just continue to like, you know, maintain his composure, not have these like defensive inconsistencies and like bad stretches sometimes, which has only happened in the last year. I would say he's had like 1.5 bad seasons.
I mean,
I don't know if you get anything before that. Sorry.
In the Euros, he was pretty decent. I didn't see him do anything wrong, but France overall was a little like lethargic.
But they just had a rough setup too. Like they have to acknowledge that as well. So I'm gonna actually pencil your team in for number 2.
Oh wait, you put it as number 2. Oh damn, let's go. Thank you.
I just think I don't know. I really hate to do it. I just think the squad is very much in place, and I'm curious to see Thomas Tuchel's ability to like maintain this team like for 38 games. You know.
I mean, yeah, the depth. But again,
I think Man U has slightly better depth in my opinion.
I think very slight. I don't think it's a big difference, even if there is one.
It is tough to say. They still have Ziyech, Pulisic.
Exactly. I think their depth is pretty decent as
Decent
well.
amount,
United's depth isn't. To be honest, Lingard, I would say now, like even his preseason, he was very good. Lingard is actually a very good option to have on the bench now. I'm so happy he's transformed. I'm so happy. Because to be honest, I've loved Lingard. Like when he was on form, you know, that 1 month, right? I loved him. So now that he's back, I'm just happy, you know, because he's a good X factor player to have. He can do things that like no one would try to. So it's fun. Anyways,
But
yeah.
United still doesn't have a real defensive midfielder.
That's the issue. That's why I feel like if we have anyone even at this like at the level of let's say Fabinho, Rodri, or Fernandinho, any one of these guys, right? I would put us up like as first. I would genuinely put us up as first. Why? Because again, bias plus because we actually have the team on paper, right? We do have the team on paper to win the Premier League. The problem is I think even this team on paper can win the Premier League. The only issue is the other teams around us, right? Let's say 10 years ago, I don't think we had a team other than the United team itself. The team so good as City, considering depth included, right? So, because I think that's the reason. Like, I think this United team, like the level of quality in this United team is actually very good. Like, I think someone like Fergie could actually extract a lot out of this team and win as a title.
Yeah.
Whereas Oli doesn't have that. Like I think
Fergie would
he would win a title with this team.
Yeah.
He would easily win the title with this team. Oli doesn't have that. Well, he's not Fergie, of course. So that's
come on. That's a lot to put on the guy.
Yeah, but basically, like that's my thinking. Like this team on paper is actually very good. I love this team on paper. Also, I don't care. Let people choose PSG in FIFA 22. I'm still choosing United. I'm gonna put Dan James and sweat the hell out of him.
Okay, you do that, and I'm gonna pretty much, nutmeg and rainbow your entire defense with Neymar.
I'm getting
Messi.
a PS at my place, so you can come over.
Nice. Yeah, I think either me or one of my roommates might be bringing our Xbox up as well, so that's gonna be fun.
Perfect. Anyways, so wait, it's Fran, who's your third? United?
Chelsea, City, Man U.
Third, Man United.
Yeah, Man United. Liverpool fourth for everyone? Or is there anyone different?
Yeah.
For me,
club is really good at finishing in the spot historically.
Arsenal.
No, let's give Klopp some credit, right?
No,
we all pull it for.
I feel like when it comes to just the starting 11, if you just look at the starting 11, Liverpool has a very good team, right? The thing is, after the starting 11, they have nothing, right? They have like one other guy, Diogo Jota. That's it.
But if you're going to complain about their depth, what depth does Arsenal, Tottenham, Leicester, West Ham, Aston Villa, in comparison to Liverpool? I feel like what do they really have that's going to change?
Yeah, but I'm talking about competing for the top 3, top 2. I'm not I think they have good enough for top 4. I don't think they have good enough for top 2 or top, even the highest. Like, let's say Salah gets injured, that's a huge hit. Even if Firmino gets injured, that can be replaced. Like, I think, but they only have Diogo Jota as a good replacement. Like, Origi is not a great replacement. Any of the other youngsters aren't that great in replacement. So that's the only reason why I think they won't be competing for the title. Again, I just don't see it happening.
I'm also going to quickly just take a look at what their exact transfer history was this year and see if I'm forgetting about anything.
I think Harvey Elliott is coming back, which is not bad. He had a very good
season. That's definitely helpful.
Yeah, he had a very good season in the championship. So I think he played for Derby, was it? Or was that Wilson?
Ibrahima Konate is crucial for them.
I agree. I think Konate is going to be a huge improvement as well.
Loris Karius is back. Just saying.
See, now they can win the title. Like, I changed my...
No, but they mainly just lost Wijnaldum, which I think is very,
But
fixable.
they don't have much activity, so because of that, I think it's just fine. Like I think fourth is a very decent
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
They've maintained most of the squad nonetheless, but I think it's still also like a good achievement, which in this crazy of a market, like with so many teams losing out, I think that's a good thing. Just,
For sure.
number 5, or who are we at?
To be honest, I'm debating. I'm thinking it could be Leicester, right?
Yeah.
Or like I said earlier, apparently Arsenal is also in for James Maddison. So
That I have seen quite a bit.
let's say
Wow.
James Maddison does come to Arsenal. I think that would give them that one little edge they need to come into the top 5.
That's a big if though, right? Because
That is
we are
a,
rumored to. We are a very hectic club transfer wise,
I feel
right?
like
Thomas Partey went last day. Like,
yeah, I feel like fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, these 4 positions, eighth, even ninth, I would argue. It's very unpredictable. I genuinely feel like that region, because even Aston Villa could break into it. West Ham could again like do brilliant, but I don't think they will, because with Lingard was a huge role in the second part of the season. With Lingard not there anymore, it's gonna be a big hit. Um, even
with that in mind, if we have time, I'm down to try 7, 8, etc. But we'll see.
no. I that'll be too. We should actually do a separate video with a prediction of like a short 10-minute video with just like
Top to
first to
bottom.
20th, all the way down to 20th. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, if you're
So we'll
down
stick
to
with
do it
6 for
after the
now.
podcast itself, we can do it after the podcast itself.
Maybe. But we'll stick for the 6, right? Like right here.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Anyways,
number 5, what are we thinking?
Can I?
Deep competition here.
It's not. I want to raise a scenario, although it's maybe more of a. I don't know. It's an idea. Just gonna throw it out there. Okay. So Nuno Espírito Santo at Wolves, he managed Ruben Neves his first season. Ruben Neves was incredible, right? Remember the long range goals and all that.
Yeah.
Second season, he tried to convert Neves into more of an offensive player rather than a second defensive midfielder, right? So he didn't play as well in the second season. I feel like, okay, and this is wild speculation. If Spurs could bring in Ruben Neves to play a more offensive role on that team, alongside Dembele and Højbjerg, I feel like they'd have a really powerful midfield. Now they're gonna lose Harry Kane. That's gonna be terrible for them, of course. I don't know. I feel like there's something there in bringing in Neves to play alongside those guys, if that's even a possibility, where I could see them doing really well, like 5th in the league.
I feel like their midfield was never a problem. The reason why I really don't like Spurs at all, like right now in terms of their potential, is because of the defense. Even Alderweireld is apparently leaving, right? So they have Davinson Sanchez, Eric Dyer, Davinson Sanchez who's error prone, Eric Dyer who's slow and error prone, and they bought Christian Romero, who's probably the only decent option in the backline, right?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and Doherty is old and he's lost his like touch, right? But maybe he can find it again, maybe not. Serge Aurier, error prone as hell, right? Reguilon, very attacking minded, so he ends up leaving a lot of space behind him, right? So if I think about it, right, their back line, they can concede a lot of goals, and to deal with like that, I'm guessing Nuno will play a style that he played at Spurs. He'll play back 5 with 2 holding midfielders, right? Because that's the only way he would probably be able to deal with it, right? That would restrict their ability going forward. So even if, let's say, Ruben Neves comes in, he'll be playing as defensive midfield. The thing is, even with all of this, I don't think this defense would still. I think this defense is still easy to break down. I think they can concede so many goals, and I don't know. I'm just not convinced with the team at all. I think 7th is probably a valid aspiration for them. Like, even 6th is a good optimistic aspiration, but 5th, I think Leicester is very well balanced. I think Leicester is a good, well balanced team with Iheanacho finding his feet, right? That's a huge plus.
I think with Tottenham, they just have a very imbalanced roster is the best way to put it. They're a team that's struggled to perform or have their best players performing well at the exact same time, right? It's often one player clicks and another player clicks. It's very rarely that all the starting 11 is exactly just rolling for a consistent basis. And that is something that's just been an issue with this squad. It's been a similar group for a long time now. Been an issue with them for a while. And I think especially with a new manager who, how much experience is he with Wolves is one thing, but Tottenham is an entirely different animal to deal with. You go from a wolf to a chicken, right? It's the best comparison for these teams. So I think, I don't know, it's too much inconsistency, not just a biased slander Tottenham for no reason. I just think they're they don't have the team for it, and it's just a tough situation for a new manager. Also with Harry Kane, he's not going to cause any locker room drama, but it's a tough situation there too for a new manager to come in and a player isn't.
Yeah, when your own captain is.
He knows Harry Kane is not bought into this, right?
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like Harry Kane is. I mean, apparently he posted recently that he did not skip practice. He was supposed to come in on Thursday and not on Monday. So all the news is fake. And he did come in then later on when he said he was supposed to come in. I feel like Harry Kane is quite a professional player. So let's say he does not get transferred. He's not going to go it's not in his best interest to go I'm not going to play football now, I'm not going to play football. It's not in his best interest. He will still come out there and try to perform at the best of his ability so that even the next summer or maybe in the Jan, teams are still interested in, right? So I feel like, but that's the thing. I feel like even with Harry Kane, it's still it's just I'm not convinced.
I also think Harry Kane kind of knows in a way, or in some way, that he doesn't need to make amends with Tottenham. Letting the situation deteriorate is kind of in somewhat of his interest, right? Because it lowers his value and gives a lot more clubs the ability to sign him next year, and gives him a lot more flexibility in angling and move out. He knows that not being at 100% won't deter a big club from still approaching him, and it can only just loosen that move. So I don't know. I don't expect the best out of him this year as well, and it's going to be a tough job for Nuno for sure.
So they do have Lo Celso. They do have Lo Celso though. I think Lo Celso in midfield, even if you said, Ruben Neves playing an attacking position, I think Lo Celso in that attacking position is quite brilliant. Yeah, he does have a lot of ability. I think I really do like the midfield and forward line. For me, it's just their defense. I genuinely love their midfield. I love Ndombele. I love Højbjerg. Was so good at the Euros as well. He was really good last season. Their forward line, Lucas Moura was very good preseason. He's looking very good. I mean, you can't deny Harry Kane's ability. Son is.
You can't deny him at this point as well, right?
Yeah. So I think they don't have a problem anywhere when it comes to midfield and forward line. It's actually midfield and forward line, they're probably competing at the top, with the likes of United and stuff, right? If you see United's forward line, Rashford, Edinson, Cavani, Sancho, right? I think that forward line is probably as good as Son, Harry Kane, and whoever plays right wing for them. Bergwijn, I guess. But I feel like it's their defense that really puts them down. Because Arsenal, I still think defensively they are quite. They right now they look more stable. I'm not saying they have the better individuals, but I think they're looking more stable right now.
We have Ben White and Gabriel and Thomas Partey, which is a good kind of spine of players to have. I really do think so, but they'll take time to get adjusted together. It's not going to be an immediate It is an improved defense for sure, which I think it definitely beats Tottenham's, but it still needs time to kind of work out. So Fran, you're saying Spurs at 6 or at 5?
No. I just wanted to throw the idea out there.
No, I mean, even then, I think it's a very fair prediction.
It's very fair. That's what I said. I feel like to be honest, I would love it if Spurs is the one that finishes 5th, because Spurs my after. I think Leicester, Spurs, and United are because I mean, to be honest, I think I like Spurs because they're never really a threat. And same but yeah, I would love to see Spurs in 5th, if I'm being very honest. I would love to see that.
Okay.
Because I love Nuno as well. I mean, I don't have anything against him. But
and by the way, can I ask, how should I be pronouncing Nuno? Because I often hear people say like for example, Nuno Mendes, people saying Nuno Mendes. They're kind of shortening it.
So if you want to do Portuguese pronunciation, it would be Nuno Espírito Santo, something like that. But
Yeah.
like, I say Espírito Santo.
Okay.
Oh, I just say
So-
Nuno. I'm just
Wait,
gonna
so did you say Nuno or Noon?
Oh,
Noon.
oh, it's
Noon?
Noon. Oh, I
Okay.
just say Noon then. All right, cool.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure because like I forgot the player Nuno Mendes. I always hear him getting pronounced like that. I'm like, wait, like is this just a common thing? I don't know. So, Fran, what is your pick for 5? And Yashish, you as well.
Can I ask a question before that? Who's
Sure.
who's Everton's new manager?
Rafa Benitez.
Oh,
Rafa
I just want to
Benitez.
I'd like to reapply my my metaphor of you going to your friend's place and him dipping right after. It's very accurate for Hamas and Carlo here as well.
Oh yeah. Hamas. Oh my god. But yeah, I think it's Rafa Benitez. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm
That's
gonna go
fun.
bold. I'm gonna say Everton finished 5th.
Oh shit. Okay, interesting. That's actually very interesting. What did Archit just freeze?
I feel like a little bit.
Archit, go ahead. Yeah. What did you just say? You froze.
I think you guys are frozen.
Oh, we lost.
I think you guys are frozen and he left. Wow. Hi guys. Welcome back to the TSU channel. We are waiting for Archit. Oh, he's back. He's ready.
Always happens. Archit's ready.
Archit's ready.
But yeah, so
I think Leicester. For me,
Fran.
Leicester. What about you, Archit?
okay, so Leicester, and I'm gonna have some faith in the gang for once.
Arsenal. Oh shit.
The
Okay.
good old ragtag group of amateur soccer players. I'm gonna give the underdogs a little shot here. No, I think this is a very proven year for Mikel Arteta. His job's on the line after this point. I also think he's a very intelligent manager. I just think he's very much raw, or was raw, and kind of unproven at this point. And like, there's a lot of instability that comes out of that. I think if this is a year where he decides to show that he can be a long-term option, then he'll really piece it together. I think I like our backline. Tierney, we have Ben White, Gabriel. I like Thomas Partey a lot. I think he's only going to be better, by the way. He's only going to adjust more. Bukayo Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe are only getting better. They add playmaking that we didn't have last year. We also didn't take any major losses in the offseason. I just think squad stayed about the same, only added Ben White. And so I don't know. I think this team gets a little bit of time together. I think striking could use improvement. We just need Aubameyang to step up again. But yeah, I actually do like this team's odds to at least finish top 6.
I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that because my prediction for top sixth position is Arsenal.
Yeah.
If you were doing 7th, 8th, I would have gone with Spurs and Aston Villa, but never mind. But yeah, Arsenal is my 6th place team.
5th place would be a very needed return to like just some kind of competitiveness.
A 6th place would be huge for us. A 5th place would be huge for Arsenal, like because they are the best of the rest, right? Because right now I would say the top 4 are pretty much guaranteed, right? Like inside the top 4, who finishes what is still unpredictable, but who the top 4 are is very guaranteed. So what's left is best of the rest, and I think right now Leicester has that title, right? Like we are the best of the rest. But if Arsenal finishes 5th, it would be huge for like even just psychologically for them. So, but I think Leicester.
The big thing is we have a lot more long-term guys starting in this roster, whereas for last couple of years it's just been a guy on loan, guy who's like about to retire, just sign him for a year. It's never been like, Tierney's going to be here for a while, ideally. Ben White, ideally, we signed him for a lot of money. Not too much more, a lot more than I like, but he will be here for a bit. Gabriel will be here for a bit. I know I'm citing the same players, Saka, Smith-Rowe, all those guys are young. Thomas Partey's still in his prime. Still a very young and ready foundation as opposed to this team of mercenaries.
So my Arsenal 6th for me. What about y'all, Fran?
I just wanted to say that if Wenger was coaching Arsenal right now, they'd finish 4th.
Oh yeah, of course it's 4. But I don't know. It is a talented roster. Just that's the same thing with the Ferguson thing. You guys would win the league with this team if you had, even with the City being what they are.
Yeah.
Dropped my phone nearly. I know you saw that. Yeah, even with City being what they are and PSG being the Champions League obvious favorite, I would still pencil in Ferguson as like a runner-up and like a league winner because he would know how to get everything out of this roster.
For sure.
Like he would have Sancho at peak playmaking, Fernandez scoring like 20 penalties in a season. Like I don't know, the team would look perfect. I think at that point.
He scored a 20-yard penalty against Everton in preseason. Did you see that?
No.
I'm sorry.
This guy, what's his name? Bruno scored a 20-yard penalty against Everton in preseason. There was a wall in between, but that's fine. He doesn't care. He still scores.
Oh, okay.
But it was actually quite a brilliant goal. But anyways, who do you think is sixth, Fran?
Dude, honestly, that 20-yard penalty is as crazy as when Ronaldo. Sometimes he off the corner, he gets a penalty with his head.
Fran, who do you think finishes sixth?
Leicester.
Yeah, I mean Leicester's established itself as like a top 6 team now. Like in the last 3 seasons, I would say they've kind of like put themselves down as okay, we will always be in and around that top 6 place. So which is brilliant. Like considering they just got promoted 8 years ago, right? It says a lot about like when you have a good management. It says a lot. Like this is what happens when you have a good management. You get this. But they are really building something there, and I love Leicester. I genuinely love the team. What about you, Archit? Who do you think finishes sixth?
Between Leicester and Tottenham, which are easy choices. Actually, wait, no, right, Everton.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Get him in there.
You know what?
I really trust Rafa Benitez, and I think him and James are gonna have a very fun year together. Which is a weird way to say that sentence, but yeah.
I have a very hot take. I'll put it down as well. Let's see if I get it right. I think Everton finishes outside the top 10.
What?
You think so?
That's a wild thing.
Look what Rafa achieved with almost every team he's been on, and also I don't know the overachieving with Newcastle, right?
No, see, it's a very hot take for that reason. It's a very intuitive. Like something's telling me that something's gonna happen there. Like I think, see, for me, if I were to predict, right, it was Leicester, Arsenal, Spurs, Aston Villa. That's 8th. Then 9th, I thought would be West Ham or Leeds, and 10th would be West Ham or Leeds. So those 2 positions are West Ham and Leeds. So that's what I thought, and I think Everton finishes 11th. I
don't know. My thing is, okay, the argument's fair. I just think they have too capable of a manager, and they have a good roster, right?
They do. I know, but Everton historically is a team that underperforms, right?
Yes.
They had a brilliant manager last season, and they still underperformed. I think I think it's like Spurs, right? Spurs are the bottlers. I think Everton are the underperformers.
Everton are they're extremely unstable at points. They are, yeah.
I think on paper, they certainly are a top 6. Like they certainly have a roster that can finish top 6. I genuinely feel like, but I feel like they just have something just off, right? Over there. I think something like astrologically something wrong. Like the stars didn't align when they formed as a club. I don't know. Like,
you know what? In case Arsenal lets me down here, I'm gonna pencil in Leicester instead. I think you've kind of convinced me. I think Leicester is just an easier and safer bet.
Wait, let me give you the counter to this.
Okay.
Because Everton are underperformers, sure. They weren't underperformers when Moyes was the manager. Right?
Fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, like, Rafa is closer to Moyes than Ancelotti was. Ancelotti coaching this team never made a lot of sense, right? Ancelotti is a star manager, not a mid-table type of club, right? Rafa can bring the best out of players, and Rafa has been wanting to coach James for a very long time. He wanted to make James the number 10 at Madrid, like the bona fide number 10, and then he got sacked way too early. The rest is history, right? James' career was never the same. I feel like there's something here.
I mean, I completely agree because I like I said, I think when it comes like when I see them on paper, when I just read about like when you read the team, right? It seems like a team that should finish top 6. But I don't know something. I just hate predicting Everton in the top 6 because they always disappointed me in the last 3 years at least. Whenever I predicted them high, I just don't have it in me to predict them high, to be honest, anymore.
Can I say, if Arsenal somehow sign James Maddison, I would leave Everton here. If they don't, then I think Leicester stays here. And I think if that happens, then I think my confidence at that 5th position rises exponentially.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, a Leicester with James Maddison is, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
If that loss happens, then it's an entirely different story.
But yeah, I think that's very fair. I think, do we have anything else left? I think we've covered everything.
So we covered all top 6. And as of now, just to recap, Yashish, I'm just going to stay in order of Yashish, Fran, me. At 1, we have Chelsea, City. 2, we have City, Man U. 3, we have Man U, Chelsea. 4, we have Liverpool. We just all are in agreement there. 5, Leicester, Everton, Arsenal. And 6, Arsenal, Leicester.
Okay.
Interesting list. I actually didn't. So no Tottenham, no West Ham. Sorry, you're saying?
I feel like we don't really have many like crazy opinions. Like these are all like very justifiable things. Like Liverpool winning the league, that's a crazy opinion, right?
Yeah.
Well, one of us did mention that Everton was going to finish 11th.
Okay, see, that's not part of this prediction, right? So it's a separate thing altogether.
Okay, so in that top 20, then we're going to see that prediction. Interesting.
Yeah. And I have another hot take. I think Southampton goes down.
Southampton better than Everton, though? You're saying Everton is
No, Southampton goes like gets relegated.
Huh.
They conceded the most goals in the second half of the season last season, and they have not improved this in the beginning of the season. They look even worse apparently in the preseason. That's what I've heard. Yeah, never mind. I think Southampton's getting destroyed. Anyway, I think it's getting a little late for at least, especially Fran. Yeah.
Definitely Fran, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything.
Bless you.
Bless Yashish.
Bless you.
But yeah, I think this is our first podcast, which is great.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a final question. Can Mbappe, Neymar, Messi be better than Messi, Suarez, Neymar?
Yeah.
I'm going to give, obviously can be better, definitely. Mbappe is only getting better. You know, that he's a little more of a dynamic player than Suarez is, at least all around, right? However, I want to give the just quality edge at this moment to MSN, just because Suarez was unstoppable, like at 2014. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think Eminem, that's what I like calling him. Eminem can be better than MSN, but as things stand, MSN, sure, I would say like right now, based on like what you can expect of Eminem versus what you see of MSN, it's I'm hungry now.
Yeah, no, I realize it's a very like easy or like simple take to say, but I don't know. I think Mbappe I think it'd be comical to compare him to the player that Suarez was in 2014. I don't think it's close.
The thing is, I think Neymar right now, I think he's better than he was back then, because of course he's better. He's in his prime right now.
Yeah.
I think Messi isn't. Yeah, Messi is a little different. So the argument does really come down to who's better, Mbappe or Suarez. Suarez. And as things stand, we haven't seen Mbappe right now. And I feel like Suarez back then is better than the Mbappe we saw last season, right? For sure. So if Mbappe takes his game to the next level next season, I think he can. That's probably why I'm saying Eminem. But he can. He does have levels to his game. If it was Haaland instead of Mbappe, I would not even think about it. It had to be Haaland.
I still would think about it and say Suarez, but I think the Haaland version beats the Mbappe version.
Oh yeah, I think Mbappe Haaland team, like if Haaland's in the middle, then Mbappe, then Haaland wins. Yes, 100%.
Okay, so just a quick question. Actually, Fran, what's your thought on that? Since you asked.
See, I think it hinges more on Messi, because I think Mbappe is going to be amazing this year. And you know why? Yeah. Because he missed the penalty that knocked France out of the tournament.
Yeah, man's got a point.
I feel like that's the how do I say this? That's like
definitely sets up. Yeah.
Yeah, the defeat in the hero's journey, you know?
Yeah.
That's a very nice way to put it.
But yeah, no, I feel like MSN was just something else, right?
Yeah.
I think Neymar was right in it. Still, like better player now, but still insanely good, right? He's this guy they signed for 80 million just out of Brazil. Suarez was I don't know at another level at that point. Messi was at his best nearly. Like yeah. Also, just before we wrap up, quick question: do Angel Di Maria's stats tank or does he break the UCL assist record?
Wait, what?
Do Angel Di Maria's stats just entirely tank and just fully like flatten out, or does he break the Champions League assist record?
No, I think they get tanked. To be honest, I feel like he's gonna get so little game time, especially in the Champions League. I think in Liga and he'll probably play a lot. They'll try to store up Messi. They won't play him a lot in the UCL. Just give him keep him ready for the UCL all the time. Wait.
Yeah, and then
Yeah. So I think Di Maria would do very well in Liga. Sure, I think he'll have a brilliant season. You know what? There are apparently reports saying that Di Maria they might play Di Maria as a wing back, right? So they might play 3 at the back, or Hakimi and Di Maria as wing backs, and
But
play.
Di Maria can play wing back.
Yeah, that's what he can't. But I doubt. I think Mbappe, like Di Maria, has to be a second fiddle to Messi, right? I don't see him starting.
I don't think he has to play in the same spot, but it's hard to fit in with all of them.
Well, if Messi says he wants to play number 10, Di Maria could play on the wing.
Yeah,
and take a lot of playmaking slack off of Messi as well.
Mm-hmm.
You give Messi the ability to just kind of free roam on offense.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's a question to ponder for another day.
All right then. I think that's.
Right. In that case, I'll probably see you guys next week. Good night. Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Bye guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah.